Up, Whitey Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Make the Exorcist Fall in Love Chapter 96. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, and this operation, well, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon, where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Dragon Ball Daima, which we covered in both the sub and the dub. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you upgrade to the $10 tier subscription, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked summer anime season in full swing, in which we're covering Witch Watch, Gachikuta, Takapi's Original Sin, Togenaki, and the second seasons of Dan to Dan, My Dress Up Darling, and a couple of cuckoos, and there's even more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So man, it really seems like Priest is going to become a demon lord. It really feels that way, but let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us today. Hazy memories of heaven. Okay, so we're seeing Lucifer's perspective. I can't fully recall what that world was like, because we've all changed both in body and soul. Ooh, those eyes though. Ooh. That place was filled with Father's perfect harmony and overflowed with beautiful light. God was love and justice and absolute existence. Really? Until that one made us doubt. Ooh, it's all Satan's fault. Forgive me, I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh, no, continue on. I don't remember what the discussion was about, but that one cast doubt on God's absoluteness, that must have been the moment when I was severed from God. Well, considering that you were trying to launch a war against God, yeah. And began thinking for myself. Chief? Really? And it had never crossed my mind to doubt God's love. Maybe God is in absolute justice after all. I felt ashamed for even thinking such a thing, but unable to cast aside those doubts, I took a glimpse at God's plan. Well, yeah, that's probably why. Huh? God's plan revealed a gruesome future. Humans created in his own image were slaughtered by God again and again. Even my comrades were cast into eternal suffering. Ooh. But, like, what humans are we talking about here? Are we talking about just everybody in general, or are we talking about evil motherfuckers? See? This can't be. How can such a future exist? No, wait, which is it? If this plays out due to my meddling, then would I be opposing the future by doing nothing? However, things continued to progress without me doing anything. At that time, I wasn't the only one who started having doubts about God. It was clear as day that they would one day receive God's punishment. Ooh. I've decided I'm going to round up everyone to confront Father. Chief? You must not. If God finds out about this, he already knows. That includes your schemes. Ooh, Satan got busted. I'll confront Father for oppressing humans and my comrades. I'll also foil whatever the heck you're up to, and then I'll create a new world of peace. Ooh, that's why I'm kind of torn. Because it's like, dude, Satan was the one behind everything. He should be the main one getting punished for, like, brainwashing everyone. But at the same time, it's like, if you doubt God and go against his will, especially if you're an angel, specifically if you're an angel, yeah, you're kind of asking to get thrown out. But wouldn't that just change the ruler from God to you, Chief? Ooh, Satan got you there. Maybe, but I'm sure we can create an even better world than him. Yep, back there. You just basically said, fuck it, I'm going to create a better world than God. Yeah, this is why you got cast away, bro. Ooh, okay, so now we're back to the fight, but seriously, Lucifer, you're fucking stupid. for believing this. Satan really fucked everybody up, huh? Yeah. Okay, so now we're back to this fight with Lucifer. Yeah, get it, priest! My sin wasn't my sin wasn't challenging God. It was losing to him. Two things can be true at once. Two things can be true at once. Sin was, could be challenging God. And again, you gotta remember, with angels, it's a different thing. Because the angels were not given free will. And if you went against God, or God's design, then, God would cast you out of heaven. And this right here was losing to him. Well, duh, you lost to him, bro. You did. That's why I'm like, two things can be true at once. There's two sins. Challenging God and losing to him. Yeah. Yeah. I won't seek God's forgiveness. I'll put my faith in everyone and continue pushing on. Hey, at least he knows that God's not going to forgive him. Even though I've tried... Well, now God's not going to forgive him for fucking with everything. Like, if Lucifer would have just chilled in his little paradise, I think it'd be different. But you know what the other thing is? I think that's the biggest sin that he did, was reading God's plan. That was what really fucked everything up. But at the same time, it's like, he could have read God's plan, saw what was going on with Satan, and be like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. If you guys do this, God's going to cast us out. Even those I've trampled on this path, I'll save them all later, so... Ooh, I cannot lose here. Dude! This guy, even taking on this many of us single-handedly, he's not budging at all. But... Ooh! He's finally taken some damage. Even Lucifer isn't invincible. You managed to heal Leviathan that much already? That's some amazing power. Man, I really want you to join me. Dude, Priest is becoming a demon lord at this point. I really think Priest is going to replace Lucifer. I do. Ooh. Ooh! Dude, he summoned all these swords. Which looks sickening, by the way. And launched them at Lucifer. Oh my god. Ooh! And Lucifer's wings protect him. You're fucking with an archangel, man. Like one of God's top angels. I'm not surprised by this. Wings? Fine. Resisting in a predetermined fate is an act of sinful pride. That my name is Lucifer, Lord of Pride of the Seven Deadly Sins. Yes! Because it totally makes sense too. Pride is the leader of the seven deadly sins and is like the most powerful sin of all. Because your pride can cause you to do like the rest of the six deadly sins. Let's be real. It all comes back. Sometimes it comes to thirst, which is less. But it does, or even greed too, or envy. But like pride, like doing something for your pride, you'll just ignore logic and do it because of your pride. And not just saying pride either. I really didn't want to use this form, but there's no time. There's a chance I might completely purify you. But I have faith you guys can withstand it. Oh God, you have too many expectations. Impositions that befit the strongest. In chapter 96 is titled Lucifer. This chapter was good. Like, learning that, but where's Satan in all this? I feel like this is, like, I was thinking that maybe this was, according to, God's plan to have all this shit happen. But, man, or like, you know, but man, this really is going according to Satan's plan, huh? Yeah. 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 Dude, Satan is manipulative as fuck, and I can't help but think of the Fallen because, you know, we see Satan doing something similar in a sense, but he takes... I wonder if this Satan's going to do it too, where he takes over Lucifer's body. Because that's what happened in The Fallen, which is, goddamn, it's such a good series. By Scotty Sinigowski. Go read it if you haven't. I covered it on this channel like years ago. But yeah, I wonder if that's the case here, is that Satan is trying to get Lucifer to weaken so he could take over his body. That would be a twist. Oh, I would be down with that. But let's see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, Satan's like the true menace in all of this. I feel bad for Lucifer. I really do. Because he got tricked. He did by Satan. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you looked at God's plan. Looking at God's plan was your biggest sin. And your pride got in the way of everything, and that's why you fell, bro. It is. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. I'm so stoked with what we're getting with Make the Exorcist Fall in Love right now, for real. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more Make the Exorcist Fall in Love content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!